Good evening. It's actually morning, and I'm tired. But yeah, I just wanted to start the stream because we have Powell speaking as of right now, and it's looking quite interesting on Bitcoin. So of course, first things first, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know if my voice is there, and then we can go ahead and start. There's a lot I want to talk about. Yeah. There's quite a bit happening in the markets right now, and I want to talk about, of course, scenario A, which is looking very nice right now. But yeah, just want to quickly, like I said, if you guys can hear me, let me know. I know it's Easter. I know it's what's up? I know it's, for a lot of people, so I'm not really expecting too much here, but I just wanted to quickly talk about the markets and yada yada yada. Cool, awesome. So we can start. So looking at Bitcoin, let's start with Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin currently is in a M formation. Now, for those of you that don't know what an M formation looks like, it basically looks like a structure like this. Now, the main level that we want to pay attention to is going to be at 68.9. In the Telegram message, I said to you guys that if you're looking for a shorting opportunity or you want the confirmation for a short, we need to break that wick right there, which is exactly at 68.9, whichever way you want to move it. If you want to move it like that, there you go. So around 68.872 or whatever, this is the wick you want to pay attention to. Once this level breaks, this wick right here ends up breaking, then you can start looking for the shorting opportunity on Bitcoin to complete the M-shaped formation. Now, we are heading into weekend volume as well as holiday volume, so I'm not really expecting too much here, but there's still quite a bit of volatility, right? You can see that, of course, this morning, we were trading at 70.6 and we had a beautiful nuke down to 60.9, which is a pretty, or say 69K, which is a pretty decent chunk of change if you did manage to catch those shorts. Now, regardless of the shorts that, we did look at, we're looking at Ethereum as of right now from scenario A. Now, in terms of Ethereum, scenario A is still valid as of right now. The invalidation point for us was, of course, 36.83. If we managed to see a break above that zone, then yes, that trade would have been invalidated and we would have been paying attention to this V-shaped formation instead. As of right now, though, you can see that we are still trading below our exponential moving averages and we haven't seen any sort of confirmations just yet for that bullish case scenario. Trading below those EMAs, of course, you see that we have the same sort of M formations here. We have a larger M formation here as well. So you want to be a little bit cautious with Ethereum as of right now. When would you look for a shorting opportunity on Ethereum? Same sort of structure like Bitcoin. It'd be around 34.61, a break of those wicks, and you can start looking for those shorts. Now, I explained this to you guys last time too, and I'll explain this one more time, is the first green candle, right? So this is, of course, we were trading into those EMAs and the first green candle happened and all of a sudden everyone started doubting the plan. They started saying, oh, Pingu, we have a green candle on the chart. Are you sure the scenario A? Are you sure of this? Are you sure of that? And this is, I think, just emotions from a lot of traders. What you need to understand is if you have a plan, if you have an area of confirmation, or you know that something, charts wise looks good and you enter a trade setup, you have to understand on the 4-hour time frame, there's going to be volatility. There's going to be volatility both ways, right? You can see from a short perspective, from a long perspective, but over time on that 4-hour time frame, your trade should end up playing out. And that's exactly why I teach you guys the 4-hour time frame, is if you're really crazy about super exact entries and you're one of those people that needs to have the best entry possible, then that really becomes a patience game, right? So let's say, for example, you entered a short position here on 35.47 and then it dropped down to 34.60. You should have taken those profits on those scalping positions, right? But again, regardless of that, if you're one of those people that wanted to enter again, you had another entry here, you had more entries right here. And again, keep in mind, this is a 4-hour time frame. So in between these candles right here, 4, 8, 12, you had 12 hours to decide whether you wanted to enter or not. And this is why I trade the 4-hour perspective, because time-wise, it works really well for a lot of people, right? You're not sitting there on the charts all day long waiting for an entry like on the hourly, for example. Some people trade the hourly time frame and then every hour they have to check. And me personally, I'm not a fan of the hourly. I prefer just trading the 4 hours because it works better with my schedule as well. So on the 4-hour time frame, if we're looking for a trading opportunity right now, like I said, we're just going to be waiting patiently right here for these this support level to break from the midterm support at 34.60. That's all we have to do. We're not entering here. We're not entering up here, right? The reason why is because this is still a chop zone. We don't want to enter chop zone. What we want to enter is a confirmation zone, and a confirmation zone is a wick, a break of the previous wick. So that would be right around this on Bitcoin, which should put Ethereum right around the same level as well at 3472. That's pretty much where you're looking for your shorting opportunities, down to 2800, down to 59k, down to 50k, whatever you want to say. But that's just pretty much the perspective that I'm looking at when I'm talking about these sort of trading setups. So that's pretty much in a nutshell on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So now I want to quickly talk about Raven, because this, like, you know, I talked about this in the stream like multiple times as well, but I think yesterday too, or the day before yesterday, I talked about the stream setup as well. And I said, hey guys, look, Raven is one of those coins that the current market structure, we were in a huge consolidation zone, right? You can see this is the same exact setup from Shiba, the exact same setup as Shiba as well. And you can see that Raven had a massive breakout of 0.038, and now you can see that we have a strong continuation. It's up 40% today. While the market looks like that, this is the only coin that is up 40%. So when I'm looking at it from this structure as of right now, the next wick high would be at 0.07. So that's the area of opportunity. But if you guys are paying attention, you will notice that that level, of course, is now going to become the third test opportunity as well. What does that mean for third test? Third test usually ends up being a breakout period. This is extremely bullish on Raven. Now, would I be all of a sudden jumping ahead on these swing positions here in the middle of this fiasco? Probably not. If you missed the setup from here, if you missed the setup in the live stream from here, you're probably going to end up waiting for the retest of 0.038, and then you can enter your long position once again. Is it going to happen, right? Is that level going to happen? Well, currently looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're pretty much extended from our exponential moving averages. So that's it. We are going to be paying attention very closely to that retest on those EMAs, and then you can look for that area of opportunity. I will for sure listen, my friends, listen, everyone here, listen, I'm trying, yo. I am one person, all right? Like, some of you guys think I'm like, I got a full team here. I'm one guy, all right? I can't keep up with a lot of these things. It's very hard and difficult. I try my best in these live streams to go over these trade setups, and then in Telegram, like, I'll mention it. You guys saw, like, I mentioned it a few weeks ago, but I wasn't sitting there consistently be like, okay guys, here we go, right? And again, I do take a little bit of blame to that, and it's just because, like, my channel in general, like from Telegram, you guys got to understand, we were at 900 when this whole fiasco started in October. We've almost doubled the channel. That is twice as many people now paying attention to my channel, and that's how many more questions I get. So that's the issue, right? Is like, sometimes you guys bombard me with like 40 different charts. Hey Pingu, check this out. Hey Pingu, check that out. And I'm like, yo, I can't. Like, realistically, I stick to the main pairs because it's a lot easier for me, and I know most people are going to be paying attention to these main setups, and that's why I continue doing it, right? There are coins out there that have caught my eye, and I have mentioned them here and there, right? So, like, again, Raven, Beam, IMX, like, these are coins that I saw a little early on in terms of the narratives, and I was like, hey guys, we're going into this. But Raven specifically, I remember from the last bull run of 2021, Raven had the exact same breakout, and guys, it wasn't a small breakout. You guys got to understand, Raven was not a small trade by any means. Raven's breakout from 2021, if you pay attention to where it was insane. Like, it was absolutely insane. I think it shot up to like 30 cents or 28 cents from 2 cents from a spot position that is on Binance, right? Like, here, look, we can look at it real quick, but from a spot position that is on Binance, like, look at this. Like, yeah, like the peak was 28 cents, and it was the exact same damn setup, the exact same setup that we had previously on Raven. And this is why, you know, some people always say like, oh, Pingu, you always talk about past predictions, you never talk about the future. And this is why right now, like, this is why I teach you guys is, look, previous price analysis is very important because it will literally tell you when to look for the trading opportunity. Guys, I cannot make this up. I genuinely cannot make this up. Look at this. From 2021, okay, we had a first break of 0.038, and look at the rejection candle. Now we can go to yesterday or 2 days ago. If I scroll all the way over here, check this out. Look at the exact same level Raven rejected. 0.038 rejection candle. That's what I'm saying, is like these opportunities happen in this market, right? This is just stuff that you have to pay attention to. And right now is the exact same setup we're seeing on Raven. This is a beautiful trade setup. I genuinely think that this is going to be an exact same formation if we end up breaking wick high of 0.08. Once that level breaks out, boom, you guys can enter a trade. And I know some of you guys did catch it, right? So I think I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but I think it was this guy. Yes, he said, thanks for the Raven call. So he's up 467%. So there are some of you people that do take the trade setups, right? So I am glad, but like the general public, like most of you guys, these are things that I just want you to have alerts on. So if you keep missing these trades, like you're like, you know, I give you a level and then I don't talk about it, for example, all you have to do on TradingView is literally just you see this right here, it says add alert, boom, you add your alert. When that level structure breaks, so you can even put it down here, when you see a break, it literally notifies you that, hey, this is about to break out, and then you enter your position. You don't have to sit there on the charts all day, but that's just pretty much the perspective that I would give a lot of you guys. Now, I want to talk about the daily time frame on Bitcoin because this is quite interesting. So on the daily time frame right now, we are bullish on Bitcoin because we're still trading above the exponential moving averages. You guys know the rule set. Most of the rule sets from the daily time frame is very simple. If we're trading above the EMAs, we are looking for long positions. But if we have an area of consolidation like this, it's usually considered a no trade zone. Now, what I'm paying attention to over this weekend and possibly Monday, which again is a long weekend, so I don't really know what the plan there is, but even Tuesday rather, what I'm going to be paying attention to are these exponential moving averages. If Bitcoin over the weekend ends up breaking, damn, look at my line, look how perfect that is. If Bitcoin ends up breaking below these exponential moving averages, then yes, I would be considering a heavy short position on Bitcoin, because this to me would be a larger continuation pullback and then something like this were to play out. That's the setup ideally as I see right now, but I need more confirmations. On Ethereum, we have confirmations, right? So now we're trading below the EMAs. You see how that works on Bitcoin? Like I said, on Bitcoin it's a little bit different chart wise, but on Ethereum, we have confirmations as of right now. This is still considered a no trade zone, but we're trading below our exponential moving averages. We are seeing a clean resistance level at 3683. We also, from previous price analysis, have confirmations that Ethereum has done this exact same setup before. The exact same trading opportunity has happened before on Ethereum right here. You can see 3028, same exact wick, scenario A. So again, this pullback is where we're currently in, a break of the exponential moving averages. And if you look at, if I zoom in for you guys on mobile, but if you guys look here on this current price structure on Ethereum, you will notice that we had the exact same setup, right? In between these zones, we were trading in between the exponential moving averages. Once we saw an area of retest, the break structure, then we saw the massive capitulation candles happen. And that's why I'm telling you guys, like, look, we have to be super strict with our entry right now in terms of Ethereum. We have to understand the fact that it's going to get volatile because we're in between that level. You can see that level chops quite a bit, right? So if you're looking for areas of opportunity on Ethereum from a shorting perspective, your best friend is going to be either the EMAs or the wick highs. Those are your best friends. If again, from an aggressive standpoint, if that doesn't happen, again, it doesn't have to, right? But if your entry doesn't happen, your confirmation is this wick low right here. This wick low breaks, you enter the shorting setup, and then you ride the wave towards the downside. That's literally it. That's all it takes. You don't have to sit there on the chart and, you know, pray that your entry is going to happen or yada, 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 because most times it doesn't have to. So, sorry, give me a second. Anyways, I'm back. Yeah, so most times it doesn't have to happen like that, but a lot of you guys, like, I think struggle with just areas of opportunity, right? So I want to talk about this, like, let's talk about from an emotional standpoint. Let me drink water. I'm like dying. Hold on. Okay, so from a main setup for you guys, right? Yeah, sorry, the Fed meeting already is started. It's happening right now. So anyway, so from a main setup for a lot of you guys emotionally, I think a lot of people struggle with this. It's like the struggle of emotions in terms of entries. And what I mean by that is, okay, let's talk about Ethereum just as an example, right? So you're pretty much, and a lot of beginners do this, and I think it's really important to talk about, is from a main setup, you have a trade, right? So you want to short Ethereum. You know that Ethereum is going to see a breakdown structure. Everything is lining up. The stars are aligning. Everything looks great. And now you want to look for that short. So what happens to a lot of traders is they'll wait. So like, let's say it's entries over here. They'll sit there and stare at it. And they know that this is the entry in terms of, you know, exponential moving averages, what I taught you guys. This is the structure in terms of resistance. And they'll hesitate. And then what happens is the structure breaks, right? Now they're sitting here and they're like, shit, I should enter. And then boom, they enter the trade here. but just from hesitation, and then the market structure goes back up. What happens then, right? You're like, oh, the market's out to get me. I got to close this position. This is wrong. You end up closing the position, and then the very next position, the moveset plays out. That's a point of hesitation, and I think a lot of people need to understand and be cautious about, because, of course, the fact that with hesitation, it costs you a lot of money. So how can you beat hesitation? How can you, number one, it's experience. You have to understand you're going to miss a lot of trades in this bull market. You're not going to catch every single trade. So number one, accept the fact that you're going to miss a lot of trades. Number two, when it comes down to hesitation, you need to understand if you have a plan, you know that plan's going to work out, and just enter the trade. You don't have to think twice. Just enter the trade. If the trade ends up going above your entry or invalidation to your stop loss, then it was an invalid entry to begin with, and you can see and pay attention and see what you did wrong. But otherwise, you're not going to learn, right? You don't learn from this random trade setup, just entering here, exiting there, entering here. Like, you're not going to learn like that. You have to see why you made the mistake and what happened. Now, sometimes a market can be extremely volatile. For example, right now with current Fed news happening, the market is extremely volatile. So what can you do in that sort of situation? Well, you need to understand if you are choosing to trade volatility, you are already signing up for drawdown, right? You're going to be signing up for the chop anyways. But if you want to pay attention to it, there are two ways to trade this. Number one, EMAs. EMAs are your best friend. You enter on the EMA immediately. Once it retests, you enter the short. Why? Because the market is in those volatile conditions. You may not get the entry you're looking for, and you have to understand that and accept that. Number two, if the market structure breaks wick low on Bitcoin would be somewhere around here, but real confirmation of the M formation would be the neckline, which is 68.3. If Bitcoin ends up breaking that structure, so something like this were to happen, then all you do is enter the short on the neckline. I don't care. I genuinely don't care if, like, you want to enter the trade, like it ends up breaking. Do not hesitate on breaks. You guys, you need to understand that you cannot hesitate on breakout trades or breakdown trades, because of the fact that those are pretty much the whole trade setup people are waiting for multiple trades. Right now in Bitcoin, we can see we have multiple days of sideways action. There are a lot of short positions that are being entered in this trade, right? So what happens is when you want to play something that's overall like that, you have to be extremely aggressive if you see the moveset playing out. And a good example of that, of course, would be Raven. So Raven, you can see we had the same setup, right? So we had a breakout formation. You can see we had a breakout, immediately rejected, but right here was a confirmation for a lot of you guys, right? So when you're looking at it from this perspective, you're probably thinking, when should I enter? When should I enter? You don't have to sit there and wait. You literally just click market buy, because A, you're above the exponential moving averages. B, this is a major resistance level, and you can see that yes, although we rejected, we didn't break below the EMAs. There's no reason not to enter that trade. You enter the trade, the market breaks out, you take your profits, you move on with your life, right? There's no reason for you guys to hesitate. There really isn't. So I think a lot of you guys just need to practice that. When it comes down to emotions, just keep calm, enter, exit, and then you will get the hang of it. And then once you're more comfortable, then you can start increasing your sizings. Once your sizings are complete, then you can go from there. Sorry, I'm having a moment, guys. My fault. Yeah, sorry. Give me a second. I'm getting so many text messages right now. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Let me read the questions. I'm completely ignoring you guys. We enter, let's see. Raven is not, but it doesn't notify me. Alert doesn't work for some reason. Nicola, you have to use TradingView. Either, get premium on TradingView. It should work. What is the best entry for Raven for swing? So Raven for swing position would be a 0.039. That would be the next confirmation for you. Still kind of choppy consolidation on the 4 hour. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be choppy 4 hour consolidation. I just talked about that. So again, if you're looking for a setup right now on Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen, then your setup position should be right here in the break lows of 34.66. On Bitcoin, it has to be the break lows of 39.8. That's it. That's all your confirmations that you're looking for. But yeah, so that's it. Because like I said, right now, like for example, if you guys entered, right? So let's say you entered, I talked about the M formation. You're like, oh my God, okay, I have to enter this trade. You enter the trade down here on 69.2. You're underwater right now. And that's where the patience game comes from. Did this level structure at 68.8 break? No. Why are you entering the trade? There's no reason to. You need to understand that we are trading Fed news right now. It is extremely volatile. We have to understand that aspect of it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to wait for the EMAs to retest as resistance, as a possible entry. Or if you don't want to be aggressive and trade the chop, then just chill and wait right here. All you got to do is wait right there for the trade. We did this last Friday as well. I remember we had the same exact exact setup on Bitcoin. And I said, yo, just chill. If that level breaks, we enter the short. We did that live, and a lot of you guys profited from that. So that's where the patience gains comes in from. Anyways, do you have a link for your Telegram so I can follow your trade notifications? Dalton, here you go, my friend. I will literally... It's free. It's in the bio. I swear it's in the bio. But there you go. There is a Telegram link for those of you that are not part of it. It's free. I don't do anything to this page. So thank you for the rating call. Gone at 0.77 from last time. And what you said then is coming true. Now, yeah, no problem on the Raven call. I can't use my phone the next hours. Is it a good idea to already start a short on Ethereum? We got that answer. It's not a good idea right now. Can we do a trade live if we see retest on EMA? Yeah, if you guys want, we can look for a trade live on EMA. But again, guys, it's weekend, it's holiday. I don't think it's necessary for you guys to be trading Ethereum until a level structure breaks. I genuinely mean that, because you don't necessarily want to get caught out on the trade setup, right? You want to just be extremely aggressive. So there's no reason for you guys to be entering a trade until a level structure breaks. Why? Because we don't have volume right now. We're on Fed news. Like, these are things that you can kind of just pay attention to yourselves, right? Why set yourself up for failure when you can literally just not do it? Just wait on your hands, wait for structure break, and then enter your trade. Then you have more confirmations. Okay, I hesitated on 0.193. I'm assuming you're talking about Doge. You know what? Let's talk about Doge, because I want to have a laughing moment here, okay? So yesterday's Doge video, I said, what did I say? You guys remember? I said, look, in the live stream, I would not be looking for a long position on Doge here. Why? 0.21 is a major resistance level, right? And the current setup, we were here in this bearish engulfing candle. And I said, all right, guys, I'm gonna head out, yada, yada, yada. And then I went and made a video. All of a sudden, right? So I made the video and it was pretty funny, right? So we were right here. I made a video and someone commented, and when the video got published, she's like, ha, you were wrong. We know we have the bearish engulfing you were talking about is pretty much swallowed, yada, yada, yada. And I had other comments saying that, again, you're wrong again. 0.21 is holding as support. Don't sell your positions. Everyone hold. What happened? Well, market structure on the 4 hours, my friends, came and boom, hit the exponential moving average. Guys, I've been doing this for 7 years. I have seen everything in terms of charts. And that's why I tell you guys, when we are that extremely overbought, when we are that over leveraged from our exponential moving averages, it is a dangerous game to be playing looking for those long positions. You are much better shorting into the EMAs, hitting those levels, and then of course you can go buy your position. If you want a re-entry, then go buy your position here. Me personally, I'd probably wait for the 20 EMA, and there's logic to that. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm entering on the 20 exponential moving average, I know from a worst case scenario, I have already hit the 9 EMA and I have already hit the 20 EMA. So what's the worst case scenario from that level? If that level structure breaks, it's my support zone. Versus if I'm entering up here, now I got 3 worst case scenarios. I got the 9 EMA, the 20 EMA, and I have the support level. And guess what? Once the market structure breaks, then I'm riding my drawdown all the way towards the downside. And this is just simple psychological things you can do to make yourselves profitable traders. Is just simply wait for the 9 EMA to hit. And of course, once the 9 EMA hits, from another trick that I can teach you guys in terms of trading, is once the 9 exponential moving average hits, the first test on that level, you enter a long scalp position. And the reason for that is almost always we see algo bots hit that level and they end up buying. So you can easily profit on that level. The second test and third test are what I consider no trade zones. We do not enter those trade setups at all. And the reason why is because the more times these exponential moving averages are tested, the weaker they become. So then the opportunity of the 20 EMA comes, right? So on the 20, you do the same thing. The first test, you enter a long position, immediately exit that position. But of course, you know, it takes a lot of time and practice to get that level, but that's just something you guys can practice over time. If you guys are interested in taking this serious, then practice that. You will always see, and that only works, of course, when the market is in extreme overbought condition. So like I said, the setup on ICP, I want to talk about ICP too, because we talked about it in the 2 streams ago, and I said, hey, we're looking for a short setup. Yesterday, I said the same thing. I said, hey, we're looking for a short setup, and boom, look at that level playing out. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the short setup. There's a few things I want to talk about. So number one, same thing, just like Doge on ICP, we were extremely overbought. Step one, be overbought, right? So we had some huge breakout trades, no EMA retest this whole way through. Number two, we had a structured break of the 9, and look, the 20 wasn't tested since this move started. And I said, guys, this 20 exponential moving average is going to act as a magnet. We want to short into that magnet, right? We had a little bit of bounce, everyone got panicked, and boom, the magnet hit. We hit that take profit level perfectly. Now, yesterday's stream, I talked about this again, and I said, hey guys, look, now we are below the 9, we are below the 20. What's happening to ICP? Well, if you pay attention, you will see that this level is acting as resistance. So what do you want to do at that point? When the EMAs are pushing down, you have a clear level of resistance. You have a very clean midterm support level that keeps getting tested multiple times. Well, it's very simple. All you do is as soon as you see the structure break, we enter a short into 1607. Why 1607? Why is that level important? Well, all we do is look at previous price analysis. You will notice that level was acting as a crucial resistance, and now ideally it should act as a crucial support. And that is exactly how we trade. That is exactly how the trade setup goes. There's nothing crazy about this that you need to really focus and pay attention to. That's just exactly how, that's just how stuff works here. So, FET. Okay, let me talk about FET. I don't think I've ever talked about FET. It's better not, Oh, guys, come on. It's a new coin. I'm not going to talk about Fetch. Like, I don't know why you guys, look, I'm going to be real with you. Like, Fetch AI, yes, I've heard about Fetch. But again, it's a new coin. I understand that, from that aspect of long term, it's an AI coin. The narrative for AI coin is very strong, but the problem with Fetch is it's in price discovery. What am I supposed to analyze here, guys? Realistically, with these new coins, the problem why I don't analyze these things is they're already in price discovery, so there's literally nothing to go off. And I'm not a fundamental guy. I'm not going to go research the project. And number two, the problem with these new coins is when a market structure, if anything were to happen to this new coin, I don't know enough about Fetch AI, but anything can happen. I have seen major big projects fail and get absolutely destroyed. But then you're pretty much just grasping for straws, right? There's really not much you can go off of. So yeah, it's just something it's just something I teach you guys, and I will refuse to talk about unless it's a meme coin. Then we'll sit there and talk about it. But that's just how things are right now. Anyway, so another trade setup that I want to talk about is Filecoin. So Filecoin, same idea. We have a huge consolidation. This is exactly like Raven. You guys want your next trade setup? This is your next trade setup. 1137 is a major resistance. If you're paying attention right now, you will notice that the exponential moving averages are now being used as support. So what are you going to do in this sort of situation? Well, we are looking for a support retest, and now we're looking for 1137 on the daily time frame to break. Once that level breaks, we are looking for a long position on Filecoin into $30. It is about a 3x position, extremely safe position. Again, this is a much larger coin, and it's been out since for 2021. It's from the last bull run. It has survived, so there is enough information to go off of here. So looking at it from this perspective, if I'm looking for a trade setup, all I'm doing is right here. I'm just going to choose a random area, 1149. There we go, from the wick high. You know what? Let's do the wick high. I'll just do something like this. That's my trade setup. Now, I'm not going to look at it. Once the market pings me and says, hey, this level is about to break, I immediately enter along, and there I play my trade setup. Just remember this video when the trade setup happens. You'll understand why I did that. But yeah, it's from a wick high perspective. Test 1, test 2, now looking for test 3. Pingu, why are we not entering here? Well, the reason why we're not entering here is because of the fact that this level is a chop zone. I'm not interested in playing a false breakout. I'm not interested in something like this. I'm more interested in a proper break structure once volume comes in. Am I going to miss a few dollars or a few amount of money in my trade setup? Sure. But am I going to get the confirmation that this is going to work as a perfect trade? Yes. So which one would I rather have? You guys understand what I'm saying? I would much rather have the perfect trade setup, and that's just my logic. So, yeah. Doge is going to 10x by halving. I disagree. I don't think Doge is going to 10x by halving. Doge maybe, if you're lucky, may 10x at the end of 2025. What of Shiba? Shiba, same sort of situation right now. There's nothing for me to talk about on Shiba. I'm not really interested in it right now. We already played the trade. You guys saw from Telegram. We played the trade. There's no setup for me right now on Shiba where I'm like, okay, guys, go look for a long position. On the daily, Shiba looks good. On the 4 hour, it looks like shit. So that's why I'm not really talking about Shiba. We had our first opportunity of buy here. This is when I mentioned, you know, when we were up here, I said, guys, Shiba's going to hit 23. That's your first buying opportunity. Your second buying opportunity will be around the 18 zone. Right now, we're not seeing volume come into Shiba. We just have a slow ladder case towards the upside. Not a fan of it right now. I need to see more confirmations. And I also need to see what Bitcoin and Ethereum do before we have any confirmations on Shiba. If BTC breaks 68.9, where do I short to? So that's up to you, right? Like, I give you guys these setups, but when it comes down to take profits, everyone's different. You decide where you want to short to. And I tell you guys to be aggressive and look for your scalping opportunities. So again, that's up to you where you want to short. Usually, like I said, with M formations, it plays out to where the moveset started. So it'd be around 66,000. Is it going to go straight to 66,000? Probably not. We're probably going to see something like this where we have a break and then we have some of that and then some of that. And then, yeah. So like I said, so, you know, when you're looking at it from that perspective, just understand, probably best idea to take your profits aggressively. Play what you guys know. I teach you guys this all the time. Play what you guys know. When you're looking for a trade setup, you know the EMAs are going to hit, for example, you know the support's going to break, for example, then just play that. You don't need to play for the longer perspective. Just play what you know and then go from there. Really like your vids. Nice to learn from non-crypto jabroni. Yeah, no problem. Can you look at Raven? I just did look at Raven. I already talked about Raven enough. Can you look at Gala? It is testing. Yes, we can talk about Gala real quick as well. Gala is probably one of my favorite spot coin buys. You know, a lot of people thought I was an idiot when I talked about Gala at 0.018, and they were like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you talking about this dead coin? And I was like, well, that's the reason why we're talking about this dead coin, is because people think it's a dead coin, and it was not a dead coin. You can see it had a beautiful rally. So as of right now on Gala, we had this from drawn out last time. I said if we break midterm support, then 0.04 ends up playing. Right now, nothing really of interest. We are just in a larger consolidation zone. Most altcoins right now, I think, are in larger consolidation zones. That's why I'm not really talking about a lot of these altcoins. Pretty much most of them, because with going on with Ethereum, which is right now in a consolidation zone, I'm not expecting anything to happen for altcoins, you know, that's going to be parabolic or massive. Like, I think we already had a decent amount of upside to a lot of these coins, and you know, I would be a little bit cautious looking for more entries at these levels. I do think a lot of these coins are now in extreme ranges, and there has to be some sort of pullback aspect to them. So yeah, I would probably wait before I start loading up into spot positions again. And I tell you guys this, I'll tell you when a spot position it comes through. Like, I'll tell you guys, yo, like guys, I'm looking for a spot position here, I'm looking for a spot position there. Right now though, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm just kind of vibing. Like, there's no reason to be jumping ahead on trades or setups or anything like that, because there really isn't anything that's like catching my eye other than Filecoin. That's the only coin that I see that is a good setup right now. This is the only good setup that I would see. Again, I'm not entering here. I'm going to wait simply for the retest and then we enter. That's all. Wait, 2025. No, I was just saying, I was just joking. Like, the guy's like, you know, we're going to 10x by halving. I'm like, you'll be lucky if we see a 10x by next year. So yeah, I don't look into, you know, specific fundamentals. Again, guys, you guys gotta understand, I was there when Doge was barely anything. Like, Doge is, I talk about Doge a lot because, you know, when the problem with Doge is, the reason why I'm a little cautious on Doge is when it's breaking out, everyone's happy, everyone's, you know, doing their thing. But when the downside comes, and it does, when every breakout, there's a downside period. And when that downside period comes, there is pain in the market. And by pain, I mean a major consolidation happens and a lot of people end up losing their positions. This was a year-long consolidation zone. Now you're seeing a breakout. So for those people that held for a year straight after IMX, Beam, all of these gaming narratives, AI coins, everything was pumping, everything was moving, it takes a lot, right? It takes a lot of discipline to understand that. So that's what I'm saying is, like, would I be caught catching a long position at 0.21 when I know it's a weekly resistance and then holding for like months for this? Hell no. There's opportunity cost in this market. There's areas where I do want to buy, and if I don't miss the buy, then okay, great, I missed the buy. Long story short, my life goes on, right? But am I going to sit there and cry about it? No. There's other things in this market you can make profits out of. For example, I gave the example of Filecoin. I gave the example of Raven. This market's moving all the time. You guys can easily look at it. Scalp trading till I see a capitulation event. I could see lots of 20% drops incoming. Yeah, I agree. I do think we're pretty leveraged here. And scenario A was a 20% drop. So it was around. It was exactly 20%, I think. So 2800 would be a playable zone, I think, for a lot of people. So I don't even know what SUI is. Should I know what this is? Is this a new coin? Take that Ronaldo here. Yeah, it's a new coin. Okay. Yeah, no, we're not talking about this. Guys, yeah, I don't talk about new coins. Like I said, there's no reason to. I'm sure you can find other YouTubers out there that will talk. Oh, Litecoin. We can talk about Litecoin real quick. Check out Litecoin, guys. It's actually breaking out of a major structure. Litecoin actually looks pretty good right now too, into 115. Do we have a support retest? Ooh, we almost have a support retest. Yeah, so Litecoin actually broke out today from a major resistance zone. We did see this last time too. So what I would do in this sort of situation is probably wait for an EMA play out. So I would play for something like this. And if we end up holding that level of support, then you guys can go for your long positions on Litecoin into 115. So that's another trade setup for you guys. 115 wick high. That's the setup right there on Litecoin. So that's what you want to pay attention to. It's up 12% today. Interesting. I talked about Litecoin a lot. I do like the coin quite a bit. Let's see. On your Fairdesk, bonus, do I really get 1.5 mil to trade with if I deposit 15K? I don't know how the bonus structures works. Like I said, I don't really look into that. I just know the reason why we use Fairdesk mostly is because of the fact that the fees are so small. If you research Fairdesk compared to other brokers, Fairdesk is the lowest amount of fees. And my trading setups are usually scalp positions. So a lot of you guys are on Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, Femex, whatever the hell you guys are on. The problem with those is the fees are insane. So like we'll set up like 3 trade setups and it will be scalps in and out of the market, right? A lot of you guys end up paying like hundreds of dollars. And that's why I tell you guys, if you with Fairdesk, at least they give you money back and the fees are so minimal, you can do the scalp positions, right? So yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know about the deposit bonuses. I know there are major big bonuses that they give you, but again, I'm not really I don't really look into that too much. The main reason why I talk about it is because of the fees. That's it. Everything else is just up to you guys. So yeah, so Bitcoin, same sort of. Anyways, I'm kind of chilling. How are you guys doing? It is the weekend right now, so we're all vibing. Everyone vibing right now. Do you guys have any plans for the long weekend? I don't. I'll tell you that for sure. I'm just kind of chilling. Nothing new over here. Same old, same old. Sorry, I'm just texting my wife. Sometimes sometimes I'm with you guys and then like I'll disappear for like 2 hours and then my wife will text me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, I was streaming. Cause it's like I mute my phone and then I don't look at my phone, right? So then I'll get like bombarded with text messages from people, like just friends in general, or like just, what are we doing today? And I'm like, I'm sitting here with you guys for like 2 hours straight. And then I'm like, oh shit. And I forgot to text. So you said Litecoin marks the beginning of a major correction, if not the end of the bull run. Yes, MDB, it does, but this is not the same that we're talking about. Litecoin, when it goes parabolic, and by parabolic I mean it jumps from like $100 to $300 or $400, that is the mark of the end of the bull run, not a 10% increase. Litecoin is just following everything. I have to go. Thanks for everything. Have a great weekend. Greetings from Amsterdam. All right, Thomas, have a great day, man. I'm going to eat some magic mushroom for the long weekend. Oh, wait, I have to do tax. Damn, tax. Are you an accountant? Tax is wild. I'm not a tax guy. Tell Mother Penguin I said, hey, okay, well, going to play hockey, hit on my dentist assistant. All right, man. Enjoy the Riz. Yeah, it's honestly a cold day over here, so I'm just kind of chilling. Talisman to long Litecoin. Taser, I told you, just wait for their support retest on like what was it, 104 or whatever, and then just go for the long position into 115. You have to wait for the support retest though. Don't enter right now. Plus with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I mean, really? You really want to enter that trade? That's what I mean, guys. If we're bearish on Ethereum, then we're bearish on everything else. There's no reason to enter these trades. Just wait. Talisman to long. Okay, can I short Bitcoin and sleep over it? No. You are not allowed. Listen, all of you guys, listen to me. Do not ever sleep on a position. It is the worst thing you can do as a trader because number one, you'll lose sleep. You'll start dreaming of your position. You'll be like, oh my God, I liquidated. You have PTSD. I have been trading for 7 years. I'm not even kidding you guys. I genuinely think I have PTSD. I wake up in the middle of the night 3 times and grab my phone, and I'm not even in a position, and I'll just grab my phone just out of spite. And that's the problem. It's a really dangerous thing to get into, and I don't suggest it to anyone because long term it's going to affect you a lot. You are better off just trading when you're awake. Look for setups. You're awake for 12 hours. You have 12 hours to look for your setups. If you don't see a setup, then it is what it is. Don't force a setup. But please don't sleep on trades. The amount of times I have been liquidated, the amount of times other people have been absolutely wrecked because Asia hours, it's a free-for-all. These kids don't care. It's literally a free-for-all for a lot of people. So yeah, you just have to be a thing. Should I enter Litecoin now? No, don't enter Litecoin now. You have to wait. From what point do I long File? So I talked about File again, guys. Okay, you guys got to start paying attention when I'm talking about stuff because you guys are asking the same questions when I just say it. Listen, File, we are not looking for a long until the structure breaks above 1137. Then you look for a long position, okay? Otherwise, you're not looking for a long position. When it comes down to Litecoin, we are not looking for a long position on Litecoin until 102.77 turns to support. Again, lesson for you guys here. If the EMAs are that over leveraged, are we really going to take a risk from 102 down to $98 for a retest? Probably not. Probably better to wait for the retest to then look for a long position on Litecoin, right? Into 115, okay? And everyone on the same page now? When Ethereum looks like it's about to free fall off a cliff, is it the best idea to be looking for long positions? Probably not, my friends. Yeah, exactly, Kendall. Yeah, people have, it's experience, right? You have to be cautious about these things, so try your best to just be patient with these setups. My wife is funny. All right, I'm back. Sorry, just ding, ding, ding. Any thoughts on one or algo? I talked about algo quite a bit. I do like algo, but yeah, like in terms of trade setups, I don't think there was anything that caught my eye on algo. So right now, probably not. Again, guys, with a lot of these altcoins, like you know, in October, I told you guys my altcoin setups. I said the coins that I like, I'm looking for longs, and that's what we're doing. And that's it. That's all we were doing, right? We were looking for those long setups, and we played it perfectly. We didn't touch that shit. I mean, I am upset at myself because I played my meme coin bags completely wrong, right? So meme coin bags, for example, Pepe and Dog with Hat, I played these extremely wrong. And that's the problem with meme coins. Like I was so bullish on IMX, like from 80 cents, I was like, I'm not selling no matter what. And I didn't for a very long time until like $3, $280, $250, I think is when I sold. So I played IMX extremely well. Now, when it comes down to Dog with Hat, like I did not play this well at all. Like I originally bought Dog with Hat at 90 cents right there. That's where I bought. And I sold right here. So I sold the first wick break. And I was so happy with the 3x. Because again, 3x with size was massive, right? Then the market structure did this, and then I ended up, like I said, and then it's just so dumb. Like I had it perfectly. Like we're not talking like, you know, we're talking 6 figures in a dog coin. Like it was it's almost 8-figure play if I just held it. But I instead, you know, cut it. Like I just started not over leveraging rather, like running to other trade setups from other meme. That's really what it comes down to. Thank you for all this experience you're pouring onto us. Yeah, no problem, man. That's why I do these live streams and I do these setups and videos and stuff for you guys, because I want you guys to all succeed in this bull run. And I know a lot of you guys are learning from this. And, you know, at least the best thing for me, like in terms of just, you know, just this chat is I don't charge you guys for anything. So for me, I don't feel obligated to text, you know, the chat all the time because you guys aren't paying for anything. So it is what it is, right? And the other route of it is this way. It's, for example, you know, the market chops in between. We have months of consolidation. You guys are not paying a monthly premium, you know, for something. Like it's just like, it's a chill chat. It's just a community vibe kind of thing. And that's why I prefer it, right? I can easily charge every single streamer right now. Most of them are going, no data. The stream will end shortly unless you guys, what the hell does that mean? Anyway, so yeah, most of these guys just pretty much say they're gonna do something and they end up charging you. This stream and these, like this Telegram in general, is always gonna be free. And the reason why is because some of you guys, I know you guys don't have a lot of money to start with. And then imagine paying, you know, $30, $50, $100 a month just to learn. Like, you guys aren't going to learn everything in 1 month. It's not going to, it doesn't work like that. So that's why I do it for free. Because in long term, within a year, you guys will profit. You guys will be profitable in a year, maybe. If you guys take it super serious, you guys can get to that level, you know, and in time, you guys will. But at least this way, it's not hounding you, you know, in terms of your bank, on what you guys can do. So yeah. Am I in China? No, I'm not in China. Yeah, I'm American. That's funny. I do eat a lot. I bought a few $100 in Doge back in the day. I'm pulling next. I need to figure out how to marry someone in another country to get citizenship and get my funds back. Seriously, could be $1 million or more. Yeah, I mean, if it's $1 million or more, I'd do the marriage too. So it's a big marriage. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, I'm back. Can Gala bounce? Gala can probably bounce, yeah. But again, right now we're just focusing on Ethereum, guys. So we're not talking about altcoins right now. We're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly, and then the altcoins will follow. With whatever Ethereum does, they will follow. So right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum look kind of sus, right? So they are not looking too hot. So today, I mean, I'm gonna go do my thing in a few minutes here, but today, like, all we're doing is just we're gonna wait for 3274. That structure ends up breaking, then yes, we end up we look for that huge short setup. Otherwise, we're just kind of chilling in between this consolidation. We don't necessarily want to trade. If you want to trade like really bad, then just wait for the EMAs, or of course wait for the midterm support levels to break, and then enter your short setups. That's about it. That's pretty much that's how that works. Staring a BTC short 68.780 10. Yeah, exactly. If that structure breaks on Bitcoin like 68.9 or 68.872, then yeah, it's a short confirmation into even the wick low at 68.3, or of course the M formation at 66K. But we have to be aggressive, and we have to be, you know, we have to wait for that level to play out. We are aggressive in profits, but we're patient in entry. That's just how it works. All right, we're at 46 minutes. You guys know the drill. No one wants to watch a Lord of the Rings trilogy when they're on their own time. So I'm going to head out. Thanks for coming, guys. It was a great stream. I hope you guys learned something. As always, these are recorded, so if you need to go back, you can. And yeah, I think the Telegram, yeah, we have, there we go. All right. Enjoy your long weekends, guys. See you.